The package sat in my hands like a live nerve. No return address, no sender, just her name. I carried it inside, resting it on the kitchen counter as if it were made of glass. She wasn't home yet. She never was at this hour. Meetings, late shifts, always some excuse that never required my presence. I turned the box over, once, twice. Too light, too silent, wrong. At the office, I showed it to Martin, a man who had spent 15 years in bomb disposal before trading adrenaline for desk work. His face drained the moment he touched it. "Put it down," he whispered, then louder, commanding, "Do not touch it again. Get your family out of the house, now. Call the police. Tell them it's HAZMAT." His tone cracked through me like glass under pressure. I obeyed. Hours later, the squad arrived. Suits, scanners, precision. They handled it the way surgeons cut flesh, delicate, deliberate, expecting to find rot. When the lead officer emerged, his visor lifted, I saw something worse than fear. Pity. "It isn't a bomb," he said. "It's personal." He handed me the inventory list. My blood slowed as I read. Photographs, letters, hotel receipts, intimate details. All of them tied to my wife, and none of them included me. The photographs weren't professional. They were raw, stolen moments. My wife in the dim glow of a hotel hallway, her hair damp. A man's arm curved across her waist, cut off at the elbow, but enough to confirm possession. Receipts stapled together, room numbers, dates, her signature scribbled like a careless confession. And letters, not written by her, to her. Words dripping with devotion, promises etched in hurried ink. He called her my only one. I stared at the box as if it could rearrange itself, reshape into something that would make sense. But it didn't. Instead, the silence around me thickened. The refrigerator hummed too loud. The clock ticked with surgical cruelty. Denial came first. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe someone wanted to break us apart. Maybe the man was gone, irrelevant. But the box wasn't sent to me. It was addressed to her. It was meant to be received, not intercepted. That detail cut deepest. This wasn't a revelation meant for me. It was her world spilling into mine by accident. And yet, who sent it? Who wanted me to see? I didn't confront her, not yet. Confrontation is for the weak, for the desperate who need answers. I wanted proof. Unshakable, merciless proof. I played the part of the husband still tethered to routine. Dinner conversations, work updates, a kiss goodnight that tasted of foreign cologne. Her phone lay carelessly on the nightstand. Too trusting. I learned the passcode the way you learn a melody, quiet repetition until it sinks into your bones. Messages. Deleted, but not gone. Last night was perfect. Next week, same place. Always signed with a single initial, R. Hotel reservations matched the receipts from the package. She wasn't clever enough to cover all her tracks. Love makes people sloppy. At the office, I ran a DNA test. Quiet, untraceable. Our daughter's hair, plucked gently from her brush. My own swab, clinical and cold. I told myself it was paranoia, but paranoia is just intuition dressed in armor. While I waited, I observed. Patterns revealed themselves. Late meetings, business trips that aligned perfectly with R's calendar, something I uncovered after one discreet search through company directories. He wasn't a stranger. He was her colleague, her boss. The truth wasn't circling me anymore. It was closing in. And I let it. The DNA results arrived in a plain envelope. I opened it at my desk, the world narrowing to black and white text. Probability of paternity, 0%. Not mine. Never mine. I folded the paper once, twice, sliding it into my jacket pocket as if it were nothing more than a receipt. My hand didn't shake. My breath didn't falter. Inside, I was collapsing. Outside, I was stone. That night, she returned home late. Perfume lingered sharp, over-applied. Her laughter too rehearsed, her excuses too casual. I handed her the envelope, said nothing, just placed it in her hands. Her fingers trembled before she even opened it. She knew. She always knew. When her eyes scanned the words, her face drained. She tried to speak, apologies, explanations, lies stacked on lies. I didn't hear them. I watched her mouth move, watched her collapse into herself, watched her realize the stage she had built was on fire. And I remained silent. The next morning I left the package, every photograph, every receipt, every letter on the polished desk of R. His secretary found it first, lips pursed as she carried it inside. I didn't wait for the reaction. I didn't need to. By noon, whispers filled the office halls. By evening, he was summoned by the board. Married men in glass towers fall fastest when their sins are documented. At home, she waited for me, red-eyed, desperate. "Please, we can fix this." I looked at her, truly looked at her, the woman who had built a family on deception. "You already fixed it," I said quietly. "You gave him everything I never had." Her face broke. Mine didn't. I moved through the house like a guest, collecting what little belonged to me. A few clothes, documents, nothing sentimental. She begged. She reached for me. She even tried to weaponize our daughter, a child I now knew was never mine. But her words slid off me like rain on stone. I left the key on the counter, beside the silent refrigerator, beside the echo of a life that was never real. Outside, the air was sharp, clean. For the first time in years, I could breathe without choking on someone else's lies. I didn't look back, and I never would. She buried herself in lies. My only revenge was leaving her there to suffocate alone.